And I've got some strange grooves here. I am, yeah. There's skeletons being found here in 1876. Over there, it's called Steeple Hill. And a skeleton would have been found in a block of stones like that. Skeletons, at most 4,600 years old. Next to the skeleton was a pot with cremation, a cremated body. Nearby said was another skeleton. So 3 skeletons in this area. I have to post a video quickly so that the children are not disappointed when they try searching YouTube for this silky skeleton. Week 2, day 1. I'm back at the fence. Rehanged the gate. Took back the fence about 2 feet. Last day of burning. I can push that little shed now. I'm going to come up, which I can even lift. Can't probably see that comes up. Building materials have grown a little. I don't think the blackberry made it. Cut it down, maybe it'll grow back. Got a picnic table and some things from the local project that was throwing away some things. Lots stored in there now. Yeah, that's a big new rip. We had massive winds last night, heavy rain, and I was in it. It's damaged next door neighbours, the roof tile on the floor. I've upgraded his seat. The wind blew away part of the roof. Biking today through storm damage. And the neighbour's shed looks like more damage. The full fence is down and we've lost at least one large panel of the greenhouse. And there's another the wind blew open the stop. But my brick wall survived. So this is my invention. One tree fell down. It's blossoming, but picked it back up, and we have some rhubarb. Here's the problem: rotted wood, just sheared off. So now we have a fence up. It's about 6 feet from the top, and then maybe 1.5 foot. It's got postcrete that takes 5 to 10 minutes in this heat. It's probably in between. Had a good day. Got 3 all reclaimed from a neighbour who replaced his fence with a brick wall, and the middle has concrete. It's not ideal, but that will take longer to fix. Here is postcrete again, so this you can get that B&Q. You see the green flecks, so that means under high pressure it's got copper inside it and this will last longer. Good cross beams, you can see a staggered height, and it's adhered to that fence, and so it is sturdy, long enough, far enough to get a car still parked. I don't blame the rats for building a nest out of any warm material they can find. I blame anyone who puts plastic every day which they can tear apart, and the allotment should be airy, well lit and frequently used, and then there's no problem about the rat disease. It's April the 9th, day 9, and until I get a better door, and that's finished, the fence, I've hanged a second door. Hope this one doesn't blow in another gale. So that's, I'd say, half the foundation. Next I've got this fence to put there. Plenty of decisions of one fence post. I've finished that with the slabs, and then on the other side, plenty of wood here to finish off that fence. I'm here today at Tunstall Allotments, next to my church side allotments. to try to find the site of 3 skeletons that were buried around 4,600 years ago, as soon as 3,000 years ago. To the ground somewhere, maybe at this height, we don't know, because in 1876 there's lack of records and they didn't carbon date it. They call the material, I think we'll never know, it was probably being lost by now. But this is about the site, because from the archaeological map, we have up a height just out of shot beyond those trees is a standalone tree. So the first skeleton of the top of the mound that was on top of a cyst, there's 3 standing stones. One skeleton there with one dish with a cremation of a human body, and the other dish with, they said, food, but we won't really know. Modern day we could really know what food that was. We could DNA test, but the diggers could have stolen real treasure. What was left was a polished sandstone hand axe. The site now could be where these ducks are. If you look at the lay of the land, it does go slightly downhill that way, slightly uphill this way. Skeletons were buried atop a quaternary deposit, which is deposited by the River Wear, which Sunderland is full of mounds split asunder from the once much larger glacial area. A geological covering, the natural mound of exactly sand and gravel. Now, I've dug down 5 feet of my allotment. It is clay. So this is normal sand, gravel, then clay, and then if we dig much deeper, that cycle is probably repeated. I'm taking you now out of these Tunstall allotments. I don't know if this nursery rhyme has anything to do with the steeple hill skeletons that were found in 1876. That's the church, that's the steeple, and look inside, there's the people. So with the hands you look inside the steeple and it's full of people, but in 1876 they would have found just 2 skeletons, and we never know that there could be many more skeletons in the area. And I do see mounds everywhere. When you look around you see large trenches. That's probably a mound. This is probably a mound. And then further up that hill beyond, there's a huge trench. Well kept lawn by the council. I've just left one allotment, council allotment, and in about 10 metres we're going to join my allotment. That's my allotment down there. But I'm going to show you one more thing, a weird thing. The council have, you could say, reenacted the skeleton deposit. Do they know that in line with it there were skeletal remains found? I doubt that we will find any plaque mentioning it, but at the moment the children play on these handmade structures of the stones in this field, which I'll bypass the children and bike to it.
Is that a YouTube video?
It is, yeah. The found skeletons.
Can I be on the video?
I'll blow your face out. Do you know these allotments?
Yeah.
Do you have any parents in there?
No, but my friend's dad used to have one.
You play on that this playground. Okay. Do you ever play on those stones?
Yeah.
Do you know if there's any plaque that says anything about it?
No.
No, I don't think I'll find a plaque, but I might have to ask the council why they put that plaque directly in line of the bones. So now I'm going to get on my bike and ride to it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas of stones. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 stones. Do they have any meaning? And in the middle we have these stones. This would have been a more elaborate tomb because it's not just 3 main stones, it's 2 on each side and then 2 on top. You see the striations here. This has very small pebbles, a good mortar which matches the colour of the stones that they put there. These coarse-grained sandstone or cement. The skeleton would have been in possibly the same size crouched in there, all curled up in a fetal position. Look at the stones, one jutting forward. Perhaps that's the sacrificial stone, like Stonehenge, that has fallen over. Points exactly with the cardinal direction. Do you still say Silky? Yeah. Map in the 1300s, that says Silky's Verva. But our earliest record, definitely, first King of England, King Athelstan, gave this land and much more land to the See of Durham. Before him was Ethelfrith. But even before that, had earlier kings in the region, about 1,500 years ago. This is the path that, slightly to the right of it, leads to the skeletons. So you have lots of trees there, one single tree here, and above the post you will see a large masts that they're going to put CCTV cameras up with 4,000 metres of cable. History. A nice metal bar, pull the gate up, for fence posts to go in, plenty of wood to work with. As this week is about history, I'll describe the origins of veganic farming too. Firstly, the French allotment has a much older base origin than the American 25-foot by 100-foot square plot of land. We still say, that's your lot, meaning the share you will get. Both Old Norse and Old Saxon spelled it HLOT, and about the year 1200 in Old English it was a share or portion of life, particularly to cast lots and foretell, then verified as that which is given by fate, God, or destiny. It's clear from the word lottery and lotto that such wealth is given by Lady Luck, therefore the Indian goddess Lakshmi. Allotments have always been necessary for true sustainability, and such wisdom is stored with permaculture and such. One style developed by Donald Watson during World War II proved that British gardeners could be self-sufficient even without dairy and even without Britain's dairy eggs. Known for using a fork instead of a spade as to reduce the chances of harming a single worm. Indeed, when done right, tilling isn't even necessary. Lay down wet cardboard and the ecosystem stabilizes the rest. Bee honey is never exploited, and appealing to modern variations of councils and land leasing rules, no land animals are exploited in any way. Either naturally, this method is organic and is slowly becoming known about. America has 63 veganic farms on top of the 16,600 organic farms. In the European continent, just 40 are veganic or vegan biocyclic. So all suggestions, and we'll answer all. What tips do you have? What shall I grow? Do you want me to research more history or my expertise in geology or horticultural retail? If you give this video a like, YouTube will offer it to more gardeners. It's free to toggle the subscribe button too. More building, planting, and even engineering to come. You can click here if you haven't already seen my first week's worth of allotment unboxing and fixing. The rest of week 2 is still to film in May. Remember, ne'er cast a clute till May zoot.